Hey everybody, it's me, Bay Ray. I got something cool for you today. I am going to sit down on a Zoom right now with the one and only Mr. Ming Chen. He is the guy from Comic Book Men. You've seen him in Kevin Smith movies, and he's going to be at ChronicCon this weekend with Kevin, Jay, and the entire cast of Mallrats and My Name is Earl. So let's take a moment and say hello to Mr. Ming Chen.
Like, how you doing, man?
Good, good, good. I was just catching up on my issue
Oh
of
yeah,
Mighty Men that I got from you.
it's a very rare book, my friend. I just got another 25 in for the weekend.
Awesome. It left us on a cliffhanger.
I know. I should tell those guys to finish that up, or maybe I'll do it myself.
That is awesome. I want to thank you. Thank you so much for doing this. I
Yeah, of
appreciate it.
course.
I'm still pretty new as a YouTuber, and
No, all good. Let's do it.
awesome, awesome. Let me first ask: were you a comic book guy before you started working at the store?
Oh yeah, big time. I've been collecting since I was 6 years old. When a classmate in first grade gave me an extra copy that he had of Avengers number 214. That was my very first comic book of all ever, and it took off from there.
Oh,
So, yeah, I mean, how can you not like comic books as a kid?
yeah,
They're
I grew up. I always tell people I was a single digit when I started collecting, and been collecting ever since.
Yeah, for sure. It's way more fun to read words when they're accompanied by pictures and color and
Oh yeah,
superheroes and supervillains and explosions and lasers and spaceships and superpowers. Yeah, way more fun.
oh yeah. I always close my show with remember reading comic books is still reading.
Oh yeah, always.
Now I used to do a public access show on Long Island with my friend Eric Hartman, and he told me to ask you that what is your favorite superhero and your favorite storyline?
My favorite superhero changes by the hour, my friends. But
Okay.
it's a tough question because my first book was the Avengers, so I love all the Avengers, right?
Mhm.
Hawkeye, Iron Man, Captain America, Tigra. Yeah, that was the era that I read.
That
But when I got older, started reading a lot of Batman, a lot of Spider-Man. I think gravitated toward Daredevil. I thought
mhm.
Daredevil was cool. The Man Without Fear was cool for two reasons. Daredevil was a cool character, but I love that Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird worked him into the origin of Teenage Mutant Ninja
That's
Turtles
awesome. I love
in a
that.
roundabout way. Now they couldn't explicitly say it was him, otherwise they'd get sued.
Versus
But
Ant versus Foot.
everybody knows Matt Murdock, who pushed that blind man out of the way, and that which caused the truck of ooze
Oh
to
yeah.
spill and land on four baby turtles and a rat. So,
Yeah.
so I think that made me love Daredevil even more.
Now, I love the show. I've seen every single episode.
Thank you.
Completely a comic book man. I always said they needed to do something like Pawn Stars, but with comics. I've always thought that would have been the coolest thing, and you guys did it for us, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, credit Kevin with that. When the AMC network, after the success of The Walking Dead,
Mhm.
they realized that comic book properties were the thing to go towards,
Right.
and they wanted to develop a show based in the world of comic books, but they had zero ideas because executives don't have ideas.
Oh, they
Yeah, media
they
companies, they don't know what they're doing. They have zero ideas. They're uncreative. What do? They go to the creative people for the ideas. And they went to Kevin and was like, hey, if you were to create a show based in the world of comic books, what would you do? He's like, well, why don't you just take Pawn Stars and put it in a comic book shop?
yeah.
And they were like, great. If only we could find a comic book shop. And he was like, well, I got
I
one.
have.
And they were like, great. If only we could find four guys who were even halfway funny to run the shop. It's like, I got four guys, and it all worked out.
That's awesome. So you guys were actually just also working there in the first place, right?
Yeah, except for Brian Johnson. What you saw on the TV show is true. He hasn't worked
You
since.
just hung out there.
I don't think he's paid taxes since 2007 because he hasn't had to. He hasn't worked enough to pay to contribute to American society for almost 30 years. So or 20 years.
Now,
So yeah, but we were all in the storm.
oh, that is all. Because I used to hang out at Heroes World on Long Island, and I was pretty much the Brian Johnson of that shop, doing that, just hanging out there all the time. Now in the show, you were a big GI Joe. I know you bought that huge
Oh
GI
yeah,
Joe.
the USS Flag. Yeah.
Yeah, you still collect GI Joes and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, big time. Only vintage though. I only collect
Yeah.
vintage. None of these like repaints, and I
Hmm.
don't collect these 25th anniversary figures or anything. The only thing I've gone beyond that is they have Hasbro's thing called the HasLab, where they'll take vintage vehicles or whatever, and they'll make them bigger and more expensive and
Of
more
course.
detailed, and they'll crowdfund them. And if they hit their goal, they'll make them. And they've come out with some GI Joe stuff, which has been mind blowing, and I couldn't resist. But we're 375, 400, $500.
Yeah.
That's what it costs now to be a collector, and buying your childhood back is very expensive.
Well, I have the epitome back here that I have all my things. I collect a thing. That
Right. Yes, I noticed that. I was
yeah,
like, huh, I wonder what this
line.
guy's into.
Yeah,
Ben Grimm, my friend, one of the best
favorite, favorite character.
so Jack Kirby come to life right
Oh yeah,
behind you.
exactly, exactly. I just got that bust. Speaking of things that are like $300, I ended up getting that, and I just couldn't pass the offer that they
No,
had.
never regret not making a purchase.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect example. I was at a con this weekend, and somebody offered me $60 to get Justice League of America #6. I'm like, that was too good of a deal. I didn't have the money. I'll make it up next week, but
Yeah.
I just had to jump on that.
No, it was a great. That's an awesome price. So yeah.
Now, I was amazed when my sister lives in Jersey, and she took me to the Quick Stop and she took me to the stash, and I was amazed that Mike was there and he was working, and he was. I'm like, my God, you guys really do work there.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fun if you went and one of us wasn't there. So, yeah, while we were shooting, you could come see us at the store,
Oh, that's
and for
awesome.
several years afterwards, yeah, me, Walden, and Mike would be around. Some days you would catch Brian if you felt like coming and making fun of people that day, and then some days you would even catch Kevin. So,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I kind of prided ourselves on being that a reality show that was actually real.
yeah. I loved it. I walked in. I got a selfie with Mike behind in front of Buddy Christ. It was like the highlight of yeah. My sister and her new baby. That was awesome. I met Mike.
Yeah.
Now, I was just recently, now that everybody's getting to see Dogma again, you, sir, were in Dogma.
I was in Dogma, and who knew that movie shot in 1998, came out in 1999. Who would have thought that 25, 26 years later it would be on the big screen again? And yeah, I'm in it. If you watch about halfway through the movie, there's a scene shot in a strip club, and at the strip club you'll see Jay, you'll see Silent Bob, and you'll see this little Asian guy, and that the little Asian guy is me, a young Ming Chen, ready to take on the world back in 1998.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was pretty fun. I had just met Kevin maybe 2 years prior, and I guess I'd done a good enough job for him. I was like, hey, I want to put you in my next movie. And I arrive, and I'm like, hey, so what do you want me to do? He's like, well, scene takes place at a strip club. You'll be seen next to me and Jay, dressed up as Jay and Silent Bob. Salma Hayek's gonna come out. She's gonna take her clothes off. Want you to act like you're enjoying it. Can you do that? You do that. And tough, man. I mean, if you look at that scene, I'm acting, man. Total acting. I should have won an Oscar for that.
Yes, yes.
For that level of acting.
Very, very
Yeah.
believable.
I think I convinced everybody that I was enjoying that moment. It was awesome. And what's even more awesome is 25 years later, yeah, I was able to go to a theater and see a younger version of me on a big screen again. Very, very weird, very awesome though.
Oh yeah, I trust me. I know the feeling. Like I said, I used to do a public access show on Long Island in the '90s, and I look back at it. I'm like, well, I was still bald then, so
Nah.
I think. But everything is so completely different when you look at it versus
Yeah.
now. Everybody, I'm going to be there. I'm looking forward to meeting you there. Chronicon this year. Tell me what we can expect at Chronicon.
You can expect bigger and better. So last year's Chronicon was the very first one.
Loved it.
And it was basically a joke come to life. If you've ever seen the movie James Bond reboot, there's a scene depicting a Chronicon, and there was a fake Chronicon made for the movie. But the fact that it came to life last year was nothing short of amazing. Made me so happy. I think everybody had a great time,
Yeah.
and it's always been my dream to go to a convention solely focused on Kevin Smith and Kevin Smith movies
Mhm.
and anything having to do with Kevin Smith and some offshoot stuff as well. But the fact that it went so well and that they're bringing it back makes me even happier. And yeah, Kevin brought back as many cast members as he could from his projects.
Mhm.
And we have kind of a my name is Earl reunion with
Yeah,
Jamie
I love that.
Presley, Ethan, and Jason Lee. And then there's a Mallrats panel on Saturday, I believe, at 4 o'clock. It features, I believe, 6 or 7 cast members,
Oh wow,
and I don't know if that many people have been reunited since the movie itself. So
that's amazing.
yeah, that's pretty cool. That's really really cool. And then you've got Kevin, Jay, Kevin's wife, Kevin's daughter, a lot of people from the universe, and is an immediate family there. It's pretty cool. If you like Kevin Smith, come on out. I meet so many people. I was like, oh man, I wish I could meet Kevin Smith. This is the best way to do it. Get down to Chicago.
Oh yeah,
Flights are not that expensive.
they're not.
Grab a hotel room. The tickets are incredibly cheap, and then you can go meet Kevin. It's the best way to get a moment with not only him but everybody else from his movies. Why you would hesitate on this? Why you would cancel all of your plans, your wedding, graduations, births of your children, whatever, to attend this? Yeah, that's what people should be doing.
Yeah, I when I came in, I got to meet Kevin. It was just the highlight
Yeah,
for me, and he is the nicest, humblest, coolest guy I've ever met at a convention.
yeah. He really is. He's always been like that. He taught me how to interact with other people. You know, give them their moments. Make sure they walk away happy. You know,
Yeah,
give
he's
them
really
give them their moments and make it a very positive experience. So then they tell all their friends and family they had a great time and they come meet you as well.
yeah,
Um, it's yeah. A lot of times you hear about people meeting celebrities like, oh man, it's a horrible experience. They
yeah.
barely looked at me. They didn't interact.
Here's your autograph. Move it along.
Yeah, like why would you even do it then? You know,
Exactly.
these are the people who
Lost their passion.
yeah, but there's the people come to see you. They spent the time to come out and hang out with you. They watch your movies. They watch your TV show. They support you. They talk about you glowingly. They're basically funding your lavish lifestyles. The least you can do is give them 5 minutes,
Yeah,
3 minutes, and make their day, make their life. You know, it's not that hard.
right. I want to show you. I know I'm about the thing, but I know Kevin's all about the
Oh
movie.
yeah.
So I'm gonna bring him.
Oh no way, he'll love those.
I'm sure of it.
Yeah, he got way back into Rocky and Bullwinkle. I don't know why.
I am like amazed. I'm like, of all the things that Kevin is into, the moose.
Yeah, he's already been in them, but but I haven't seen him talk about them like this in years.
I
So
know. I saw the pinball he just acquired. Now, one last thing about the shop again.
hmm
How much of that was scripted, and how much was you guys just being nerds hanging out in a comic shop?
so there was no script. No one ever wrote a script saying, "Hey, you say this. Now you're gonna say this. Now you're gonna do this." So all the dialogue, all of me getting made fun of, all the jokes, all the what if questions, those were all off the cuff. Now, the people bringing in stuff that we did have scheduled. We would schedule 3 of those, the 3 transactions a day. But the stuff they brought in, they would send a team out to Comic Cons and see if anyone had anything cool to buy or sell. There was a website where you could submit if you had anything cool to buy or sell. It just made shooting a lot easier.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
But
I'm sure of it.
the people who did pick the items, they knew what we were into. Anything that said GI Joe, Thundercats, Transformers on it, they knew I would go nuts. Anything that Mego, Planet of the Apes, Evil Knievel, anything late 70s, mid 70s, that was all Brian, Walton, Mike, because that was their era. So they knew what we liked. They knew what would get a lot of positive, passionate interactions out of us, and so they try to curate the things coming in toward that, because it would not only would we have fun with it, but it would look way better on camera.
Yeah,
Yeah,
understandable. Now, Mike's basement really got flooded, didn't it?
they did. Yeah, his whole house got
But there was
flooded.
sand in
Yeah,
it.
yeah, his whole house got flooded. lost the majority of his collection, much
Wow.
of which he's rebuilt. And yeah, I like this attitude about it. I was like, you know what? No one died, no one got hurt.
Exactly. It's it's
We just lost stuff. I'll rebuild it and I'll rebuild it better, and he did.
that
And not
whole
only that, he got a sweet George Perez
I was going to say with
custom
that
art out
George
of it.
Perez, I do have somewhere behind me a hand drawn George Perez Wonder Woman book, and it says
Oh man,
the place is on fire. Look, I got a lot of things.
nope, that's the
That's
one you
the thing
grab.
I'm grabbing is that Wonder Woman custom George
Yep,
Perez drawing.
I
That's
love it.
like the one thing to grab. Thank you so much, Ming. I
Of course,
appreciate it.
man.
I will see you this weekend at
Can't
Comic
wait.
Con, and I am gonna hit the karaoke. I missed it last year.
No, you got to come, man. Friday at
Got to
10.
karaoke.
You know, if you want to come later, we went. I looked back. We went until about 1 a.m. last time. So you definitely got time to come down.
Definitely doing that. Thank you again so much. I appreciate it, and I am looking forward to seeing you in person.
Can't wait to see you again, my friend.
Awesome.
I'll see you
Thank
soon.
you. There you go, kids. Mr. Ming Chen from Comic Book Men, Dogma, and the View Askew universe. It This opportunity just showed up. It was offered to me, and I jumped at it. I loved the TV show Comic Book Men. I loved Dogma. I loved Jay and Silent Bob reboot, which he appeared in. Such a nice guy. And I'm going to be going to Chronicon this weekend and hopefully get some more footage with him. And I will also see if I could get to meet some of the other celebrities there and bring you some interviews with them. But another convention that's going to come up is on October 19th, Blooming Geeks. My convention that I'm holding here in Bloomington, October 19th, from 10 to 4 at the Holiday Inn, 1710 Kinzer Pike and not third, 45/46, right off of I-69. We're going to have food trucks, comics, toys, vintage, new, 3D printed minifigs, some great stuff, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, uh, all of it. We're going to have all of it there. So please come, Blooming Geeks, October 19th, Sunday from 10 to 4. But I also mentioned earlier while I was talking to Ming that I also got some books at a convention that I went to this past Sunday. So I'd like to show you some of the stuff that I got. Now, I appreciate and love each and every one of my viewers, and I thank you for watching. And sometimes people will offer me stuff for free, and it is unnecessary to do that. But trust me, if you're going to offer it, I appreciate it. You don't have to. But there was a vendor there. He didn't want me to say his name, but gave me something because he knows I like comics from different countries. So this isn't a comic, but he gave it to me. I've never seen this before. It was from 1998. These are two postage stamps from Mongolia. Look at that. It's just a single sheet. That is amazing. I love it. Um, it is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I'm not a postage stamp guy, but this is just the coolest thing ever. And I want to thank the gentleman. He knows who he is. And I want to thank you for the gift. And that is awesome. Thank you. I also picked up a couple of half price and dollar bin books. This was a half price. I don't have this one. This is a Fantastic Four number 24, a Coca-Cola variant with Rocket, Star-Lord, and Groot. That is pretty cool. And out of the dollar bins, I'm trying to finish my collection of Marvel Ultimate Marvel Team Up is Punisher, Daredevil, and Spider-Man. I'm trying to finish my Ultimate Iron Man run, so that's number 2. I only need, I think, number 5 left. On a previous episode, I mentioned I picked up a small stack. It was only 6 issues in the miniseries. 6 issues of Happy Days. I still need number 1, but this is number 6 with Ron Howard as Richie Cunningham and Henry Winkler as the Fonz, the coolest man on the planet. This is number 6. Now I just need number 1. That was only $5. And I mentioned how I spent a couple of bucks and I didn't want to, but I did anyway. For $25, I purchased this as number 132, Strange Tales A beautiful book, beautiful condition. For something that's older than me, it's in better condition than me. Um, had the thing on the cover, and I love that. And like I told Ming, for $60, I could not pass this up. Justice League number 6. Look at that. There is a small tear on the cover right here. You could actually see it. The spine is, the cover is intact. It's hanging on there, uh, barely, but it is attached. So this beautiful book is going in the collection. Maybe I'll find a spot on the wall, maybe move something around, get some new blood on the wall. That didn't sound right. Anyway, new blood in the collection. So here we go. Justice League number 6. Beautiful. I've always loved that cover and I've always wanted it in my collection, and now I do. So, once again, Blooming Geeks, October 19th, 10 to 4. Any questions, just send me a message here on YouTube or on my Instagram page, or you can find me on my Facebook page, Bay Rays Comics, my Facebook group, and the event page. So I'll have all of that there. And also, go out and look for comic books all over the place. Conventions, definitely. You could go to flea markets, you could go to church bazaars, antique malls, you could go to garage sales, you could go anywhere. But you know where you can find your comics? You could find them at your local comic book store. So support your local comic book store. And remember, most of all, reading comic books is still reading. Lady y'all.